So I'm hoping this works. What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Green Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is basically my preview. Now, if you're wondering why I don't have a picture up, I don't actually know why the camera's not working. So apologies for that. It might have to just be a audio only session. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Give me a quick confirmation of that. It'd be great if you could. But yeah, I'm using the other half's laptop, so I'm not using my usual setup. So apologies for some stupid reason. It says the mic's on, but it ain't on. So I have no idea what's happening. But at least you guys can hear me, even if you can't see me. So apologies for that. Now, let's talk about Arsenal. Now, obviously, everybody was ecstatic about the fact that, Liverpool didn't win the league. Sorry, Liverpool didn't go undefeated, and they stayed 44 unbeaten. If you are following me on Twitter, you know that I couldn't have cared less. It angered people. In fact, I got named a buzzkill. But I thought, for me, I don't know how you can go from having a Thursday that we had where we were atrocious. Let's just call it what it is. We were atrocious. To then be like, oh, well, at least Liverpool didn't go undefeated. It's just like, really? Because if I tell you something, I'd rather trade places with Liverpool. I'd rather give Liverpool the undefeated tag and us winning stuff, winning Champions Leagues, winning leagues by record margins. If you honestly said to me, Chig, you could trade our place in history in 2004, winning the undefeated, going unbeaten for an entire season for 40, and then for 49 games, unbeaten, but then and then trade it now for what Liverpool are experiencing, which is challenging for leagues, winning Champions Leagues, being in there season in, season out, having an awesome team. Guess what, motherfuckers? I would trade it in a heartbeat. So that's exactly why I became MC. I became, Killjoy. I became all these things that I was being named and tagged the other day, because I just thought to myself, what are people talking about? Are you really being serious? Does it really make you feel better? Does it make up for Thursday that you're reveling in somebody's very brief, and I mean a speck of a failure versus what we're going through? I just thought I couldn't believe what I was saying. There's a lot of the reason why I just don't like to spend a lot of time on the internet. Let's just do my thing, get off it these days. Because the interaction and just the logic of people just bamboozles me. But I digress. It is what it is. You guys didn't come here to hear me, bitch. You came here to hear me see what team I put out. Now, it is a shame in which, I'm not able to put out this damn audio. I'm really vexed by the fact that it's an audio only show. So I do apologize. Hold on, let me try something. See if that works. Does that work? Yes, no, maybe so. Hold on. You know what? I just realized I'm an idiot. 2 seconds. Let me show you something. I'm an idiot because I could show you this at the very least. Excuse me. Let's go up. Let's go down. So you came here for the Portsmouth versus. Sorry, can you guys hear me now? So yeah, a lot of the reason why you guys came here, of course, is to hear the Portsmouth versus Arsenal preview. So I wanted you guys to be able to see it. So hopefully you guys can. All right, can you hear me now? Sorry about that. Apologies. This is what happens when I don't have my own setup. Just shit so starts going wrong. So it was showing me in here twice for some reason. So I thought, oh, have I logged in twice? And it just well, I wasn't logged in twice. So yeah, sorry. This is what happens when you don't have your own shit around you. But anyway, so going into this Portsmouth game, I kind of have an attitude of I just want us to approach the game professionally. I want us to approach the game with a little bit of passion, a little bit of pride. Yes, this ain't the same team that rolled out on Thursday, but we're all representing the same club. We're all representing the same supposed values. So I want us as a team base to just completely drop every single person that played on Thursday, at least from a starting perspective. And I just want us to completely refresh that team. I want us to go out there with a bit of passion, a bit of energy, a bit of pride, because going to Fratton Park, even when Portsmouth were in the Premier League, weren't the easiest place to go. It's a bit of a weird seaside town. If anyone's gone near a seaside town, wind blows, it takes over the ball, it controls the ball, it does weird things with the play. It's a bit of a tight pitch as well. Usually in good condition, but usually a tight pitch. Portsmouth is a beautiful seaside, to be fair, but it is going to be a challenge. It will be difficult. From our perspective, we need to make sure that we're as professional as possible, and that's what I want to see us do moving forward. So, with that in mind, and I hope you guys can still see it, that is the 11 that I want us to play. So bear with me. I'm going to try and explain it and break it down. I'm going to drop Bernd Leno for this game. Now, I'd like to apologize. In mine and Lee's review and player ratings of the game, truth be told, just after we scored, I locked it off. My stream had frozen. So I never had an opportunity to see what I have now seen, which is how, Bernd Leno kind of gave the corner away that led to their second goal, and obviously in the end the winner that has sent Olympiakos through. So I just think that I feel like he has played a lot of games recently. Why don't we just drop him and play Martinez, who at this moment in time must be thinking, what the heck is going on? I might as well bounce. So I can't see him still being here this time next year, because I know he was spouting off a lot about that, a lot about playing this year. And the fact that he's now been dropped for European games as well. Obviously, we're out now, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. But that kind of gives me the indication that, maybe his future isn't destined to be here. I'm going to probably say that on a couple of occasions as I go through these players. But I think this is an opportunity for him to at least remind Arteta, what he's about. I think he's great distribution wise. I'm not that convinced he's that good of a shot stopper. I don't think his reflexes are that good, in my personal opinion. That's why I've never been overly impressed with him. I feel like he's a bit sluggish to me. That's a little bit of a worry. And if that's the case, I can see why Arteta dropped him, to be honest. But from in my perspective, I would start him in this game because we might as well. I just want us to refresh that team, and he's part of that refresh. So let's drop him for Martinez. Right back, I'm going to go with Suarez. Now I know what people are going to say. Is he fit? I'm going to assume he's fit because when we signed him, supposedly, um, he needed 3 weeks to be fit. Well, we're 1st of March as I record this. I assume he's fit now. So I need him to be playing in this game. Obviously, in the event that he's not playing this game, I might look to bring in Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I nearly put Ainsley Maitland-Niles in the midfield because he's had no football, and I don't know what has happened. And I wouldn't hate on you if you decided to bring him elsewhere. I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles is probably done at this club. It's a shame. Like the kid, I think he's full of energy, enthusiasm, determination, but I don't think perhaps the quality is as high as it should be. I also do feel sorry for him because I do feel like the times he has played in midfield, I think he's been excellent. I honestly think he's been excellent. But in this particular case, I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Sorry, I'm going to go with Suarez. In the middle, this was another one I had a debate about because the person that loses out is Rob Holding. I'm going to start Mari. I'm going to start him, and I'm going to start him next to Socrates. Socrates has not had a lot of football recently. I think there might be people that will start Holding and Mari together. For me, I think if you're going to start Mari, you need a little bit of experience next to him. And I think that's where Socrates would be a more sensible choice. I mean, the other thing that you could possibly do is you could start Holding next to Socrates, and then maybe last 10 or 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so, you bring on Mari just to get a feel of the football. And, because at some point we've got to decide if we're signing him or not. And supposedly Arteta really wants to sign him permanently because he's been that impressive. But we ain't seen shit of him. So I want to see something of him. So that's why I'm starting him in this game. I'm going to play Tierney left back, as you can see. Tierney, this one's obviously the one that's a little bit dodgy. I know he's been in training. Apparently, he's had some contact work. The last I saw of Arteta's press conference, he said that he was going to make a late call on Tierney. Presumably, if he doesn't make it, Saka comes in. We need Tierney back. We need Tierney back because I want Saka back in his actual position. So for me, and also because I've got a feeling that'll be a deadly combination if we can get that right. So I feel like that's the way to go with those two. So I'm going to go with Tierney left back. In the middle, as you can see, I've gone with Matteo Guendouzi. I know not a lot of people rate him. I know not a lot of people like him. But I feel like the one thing I will give Guendouzi is he always runs, he always tries, he always gives some effort. And I do think effort is an underplayed quality in the Arsenal football team, as we saw on Thursday. So I think you can have all the quality in the world. If you don't have effort, you're not going to be able to convert chances. You're not going to be able to make chances. And also, I do feel like, and I still stand by this, I think Willock and him play very well together. I do. I think they've got a good understanding. I think they're both very similar sort of players, I guess, in the sense that both have bags of energy. I think Willock is clearly the faster, more agile guy, but I think Guendouzi has a little bit more guile, particularly to his passing than Willock. And I think that's where they complement each other well. It's a shame if there's a really good player if you combine all of their qualities together. There's a really good player in there. I've said it before and I say it again. I just don't think Willock is a good passer. I don't think he could shoot. I don't think there's a lot of goals there. But I think what he does give you is a lot of impetus. He likes to drive the ball forward. And I actually agree with Arteta. I think Arteta's assessment of him is that he sees him as a number 10. I also do, but not in your classic Mesut Ozil sense, and more of your kind of Lampard-esque sense. I think if he's going to grow into anything, he's going to grow into that. I'll be honest, I'm still not sure when it comes to Willock. I'm not. I'm not sure he has it, if you want me to be honest. Just because I've not seen enough of his game. where I think, okay, yeah, that's a hell of a player there. Like Saka, I look at Saka and I think, okay, I see. Martinelli, I see, okay, I see. Willock, I don't put in that category, you know? But I hope he kicks on. I hope he does well. So let's see what happens. And Willock goes as in my number 10, as you can see. Next to them, I've gone with Lucas. I almost went at Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But I also think Torreira ain't played a lot of football recently either, because inexplicably, Arteta is playing Xhaka and Ceballos together, which makes no form of sense. Um, there's certainly an argument that maybe Ceballos could play number 10, particularly if you tell Mesut to just relax, play Fortnite for the day when it comes to Portsmouth. And I wouldn't necessarily argue with you. I've gone, however, with the three in midfield. So Lucas, Guendouzi, and Joe Willock. I think that would be a good, solid, energetic midfield. And I think we're going to need it because Portsmouth, they're going to see this as a big game. This is a big game for them. So they'll put a lot of effort in. On the left-hand side, I've gone with Martinelli. Now, I know this one is going to be the one where people are like, no, Chig. Listen, don't get it twisted. These guys are interchangeable. So if you wanted to start Martinelli up top, Reece Nelson on the left, Eddie on the right, I'm not going to hate on you. I've just gone with it this way. I, I don't know what. Again, this is another one where I don't know if Martinelli has back chatted Arteta or what. I don't know what has happened, but my man sometimes doesn't even make the squad. So something has clearly happened. I want us to just dust that off. I want Martinelli to just go and kill someone like Portsmouth. He can do it. He's got so much ability. And let's face it here, with all this talk about whether Aubameyang will stay or go, the likelihood is he'll go. And the likelihood is we're going to need to start to try and rebuild our team around a kid like this. So I think from our perspective, we need to start looking after him, appreciate him, and also play him. So I would play him for this game. On the right-hand side, I've gone with Reece Nelson. He's fit. He's ready to go. This is another one I put in the Willock category where I don't know. In fact, to be honest, it's a little bit further on from the Willock. I put him more in the Eddie category of I don't think he'll make it, but I hope he proves me wrong. And so I've gone with Reece on the right-hand side. It's his favoured side. Let's see what he can do. He'll have all his mates around him. That's the good thing. He won't have Ainsley Maitland-Niles around him, but he'll have people like he'll have people like Joe Willock around him, Eddie Nketiah around him. He'll have those people around him. So hopefully he can make something of this opportunity. We'll see what happens. Up top, I'm going with Eddie Nketiah. He scored a goal and then found himself dropped because that just seems to be the way of Arsenal this season. I can't even say it's the Mikel Arteta way. We've had managers that just do that, where we find a player that plays well, then the next game they get dropped. Makes no form of sense. With Eddie Nketiah, you guys know this. I hope I am proven wrong. Don't get me wrong. My gut feeling is I don't know if he'll make it. But one thing I will say, and people won't say this, but I'll say it. I've seen a good improvement out of him. I've seen him take a step forward. From his point of view, he now needs to take another step forward. My whole thing with Eddie Nketiah is this. His link-up play is not the greatest. And I think in today's modern day of football, if you can't link up the play, you can't play up top by yourself. Where is it that you do play? Because let's be real here. There ain't a lot of teams that play 4-4-2. Much to I know a lot of people's annoyance. But that's just modern day football. I can't help but look at Eddie Nketiah and get Dwight Gale vibes off him. Was his name Dwight Gale? I don't even know. That little mixed race guy. Now bangs in goals in the championship, but you don't do nothing when it comes to the Premier League. I get them kind of vibes from him. I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like there are levels to this thing, and I'm not sure he's quite that. But I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, it is what it is. For me, this is my 11. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Um, I think my girl is making me dinner, so I can't stay too long. But if there's any questions you guys want me to answer, just let me know. Um, Literally, just any questions in the chat room, just let me know. Please do stick a like on this video before you go. Once again, apologies. There's not like a picture on it. It is what it is. I just remembered. Lee probably be going live now, so let me not stick around too long. But literally, is there any questions that anyone wants me to answer? I'm prepared to do it. If not, not to worry. I'll be back again tomorrow as per usual. So me and Lee will be doing a watch along of the FA Cup game, and then we'll be doing my brain's gone now. Then we'll be doing a review and player ratings on this channel. So make sure you subscribe. Very recently crossed 7,600, so that is brilliant. On the road to 8K now, so let's see if we can pump that gas a little bit and head towards 8K. And yeah, I've got to think of a 10K party theme though. That's what I'm working on at the moment. So make sure we start to move towards that road. My prediction for the game, of course, my prediction for the game is I think we'll win. I think it'll be initially a grind, but I think we'll roll out. I'm gonna go 4-1 winners. I believe in these kids. I believe in the kids a lot more than the seniors anyway. So that is my prediction for the game. 4-1. So yeah, all right then. I think I'm gonna leave it there because I know Mr. Gunner is running live now, so I'll let it be. Go flood his chat room. Go say that Chig sent him. Go say Chig sent you, and I'll be back again tomorrow with Boy Wonder himself, Mr. Lee Gunner. All right, I'm out of here, people. Take care. Enjoy your Sunday evening. Enjoy Monday work. I know. Peace.